Hey!
Hey, man.
Saturday night in the mag room.
All around the world you can hear them. Hey, hey, hey! Talking about news and kind of funny stuff. Hey, hey, hey! Mag room, mag room, the mag room, the mag room.
I'm in a new place again.
Oh, yeah, you are.
I'm gonna go in a different room every show.
Let me see. Where are you? Looks like you're in a... Are you in like a stairwell?
Yeah, my family doesn't let me in the house anymore.
You're in some kind of little enclosed space, aren't you?
No, I'm in my dining room.
Oh, okay.
Remember that show, Where in the World is Carmen SanDiego?
I remember a video game.
Yeah, so that's what we could play right now.
Where in the world is Jarrod SanDiego?
Such a lazy attempt at a name. What if in the game you just typed in San Diego? Is that the end of the game? Like, you won.
I remember. Did you ever play it?
Figured it out.
Did you ever play it?
I don't think I ever did.
I used to play it at my friend Andy's house when I was a kid.
Good old Andy.
Remember Andy?
I loved Andy. He was a good guy.
It was real easy. You know, it was you were following this broad around the world, and she'd leave these clues that were so obvious. You know, if you knew anything about,
I may visit the Eiffel Tower. Like,
yeah. Oh, and then where should you fly? Yeah, it would say Paris. Constantinople, whatever.
So it's basically just made you feel good about yourself.
Yeah, it was like watching Wheel of Fortune. You know.
You're really good at Wheel of Fortune.
Isn't everybody pretty good at Wheel of Fortune?
Yeah, I think so. All right, great. Well, I'm glad we figured out about Carmen. I remember in the game being a little saucy. I think I would have dated her. I think I would have. Maybe that's maybe you were looking for some love.
I'm thinking this game I had to have been, I think it was before high school, obviously. I'd say it was when I was like sixth grade or something.
You didn't like girls then?
Well, yeah, I think I still did, but I didn't really have like a type yet.
Yeah, it wasn't Carmen SanDiego?
It wasn't necessarily Carmen SanDiego, and I just don't remember the video game being very...
I thought she had like a trench coat and like a cool hat.
But it was that... I'm about to show you how dumb I am about computer, like 8-bit graphics or 2-bit or whatever. It was something low-bit graphics.
Maybe I have a better imagination than you do.
Yeah, maybe. I don't think so, but maybe.
We got a mag bag email from Joe Anderson, if that's his real name.
Right.
And one of the things he asked was
air quotes, Joe Anderson.
That's like his flight.
We got an email from Joe Anderson. They have to say his name.
Yeah, couldn't he just say a better, like make up a better name?
Yeah, you don't have to hide your ethnicity, Joe.
Yeah, we love all listeners.
Not all of them. I don't love all of them.
He said there was the story where you said you had relations with a lady outside, and he wanted more details on that, which I don't know.
I did what?
I don't know if I do, but
relations with a lady outside, like in the au natural.
And how to? He said how to make it happen. And then you have like a special.
I don't remember what the story I told was. There's probably different ways to make different situations happen, Joe. You know. But I have this little pivot to take on the whole Joe Anderson.
Pivot, little jab. Usually you
like
when
I pivot. Ross said that Joe, our friend Ross, is a listener of the show, and our friend Joe is now a listener of the show. And Ross texted us the other day, I guess it was yesterday, that he had talked to Joe for the second time in 2 weeks after not having talked to him in like 25 years, he said. Right?
Just bringing people together.
Maybe that's all right. And then I heard the story on NPR this week about, I only heard like the last sentence of it and I forgot to look it up, but it just came into my mind when I was driving here. So, but they said that there's these reefs, and I don't know what ocean they were in, but I'm sure if we Googled reefs dying, there were dying reefs that were brought back to life by the sounds of them. They were playing the sounds of the ambient sounds of a living reef to the dying reef underwater.
So you're saying Ross was dying, and
our podcast brings back friendship, like it regenerates dying or lost friendships. You know
because
what I mean?
We're friends. People are listening to like a living friendship.
So if there's people out there that you want to reconnect with, maybe that's how we market ourselves.
Oh, tell them about the mag room. You listen to the mag room. You talk about the mag room. You fall in love, and then you have sex outside.
Joe, there's your answer.
What is on your shirt?
It says "Cool in the Gang."
The band?
Cool in the Gang. No, the cigarette company and their affiliates.
I like it. I could see you wearing either of those shirts. Like cool. Wouldn't that be Cools in the Gang? Weren't they called Cools?
Well, only because there are multiples of them. The brand was Cool, Kool.
You could give someone a Cool from a pack of Cools. Was that why the band was called that?
Cool's in the Gang?
There's a cigarette was a leading singer?
They were, it was like a boy band that was brought together by the cigarette industry back in the 70s. Yeah.
I don't know why more of the drugs don't do the boy bands. That would be really good for them. Celebrate good time?
Smoke some cigarettes. Menthol.
Come on. You know you want to.
There's some cigarette going on right here. A smoke-a-thon. Let's smoke some cigarettes here. Don't.
They never killed anybody. It's just a big lie.
Yeah, and then the 80s had to come around.
80s with their health.
Yeah, we're on drugs. Look at us. You. Yeah, that's why. Isn't that our sweet spot?
Can you name 3 songs by Kool and the Gang?
Oh yeah, I'm not a big fan of Kool and the Gang. I just saw this T-shirt at the thrift shop and I liked it.
It looks very like Tron.
Yeah, it's a good 70s. That's why I liked it. I just like the logo. This doesn't play that well on radio out there, audience, but it's kind of a 70s looking neon green logo.
Top songs that come up are Cherish.
Cherish the love we had.
That's that one, all right.
We should
get down on it.
The smokes we bought.
Nice.
Baby, cherish the
What's
smokes.
Get Down on It? Is that Down on It?
Get down on it. Cigarettes now. Get down on it. Smoke a cig. Get down on it. Let's smoke. How you gonna do it if you really don't want to dance? By smoking cigarettes. Put your cigarette in your mouth. Tell me. You know that one?
Jungle Boogie?
Smoking on a boogie. Cigarettes. Jungle Boogie.
Heidi hi, Heidi ho.
Heidi hi. Heidi ho. Let's smoke a cigarette in the stove.
Well, this one's perfect. Too hot.
Too hot. Hush, hush. Not so hot.
And you didn't put the cigarette in that one?
That cigarette's too hot.
That's why I said that's like the perfect one, and you didn't do it.
But I like innuendo more than I like,
because there's another one called Fresh.
That cigarette's fresh, it's so fresh. Exciting.
Oh, this is
so
another good
inviting
one.
To me.
Open Sesame.
I don't know that one.
No, but like
whole catalog up until that.
Yes, all those songs were exactly right. Nice, there it is.
I'm the spokesperson.
The smokesperson.
My cigarette did its job tonight.
You want to talk about that? You want to talk about that movie, Tower Records movie?
Yeah, go for it.
I thought the first like 35, 40 minutes was like really interesting.
Wait, what's it called? Let's talk about it. Let's introduce it again.
All Things Must Pass.
Yeah, directed
documentary of the Tower Records Corporation by Colin Hanks, directed by Colin Hanks.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, I just think the beginning where they were starting and records were cool and everybody was hanging out and music was cool and you could learn about music, and that one guy had the coolest mustache ever that like literally he couldn't speak. It was like over his whole mouth thing. Mike Vudovic. I'm like, that's amazing. And he's had it forever.
Yeah.
So he was in old pictures, new pictures. But they were just talking about the drinking and the cocaine and the parties and that everybody was hanging out there. I just thought it was kind of cool. It made me think like this would have been a really cool place to go just to see.
What eluded me watching that, did you go to Tower Records much?
No. I mean, I went to New York a couple times to the New York City one.
But like even it's the record stores in, when you lived in Connecticut before you were, in college or whatever, before I knew you, did you go to the record store? Did you go to big record stores, or did you go to like town record stores? We had like Brass City Records and what was that one in Waterbury? There was one in Waterbury that I used to go to buy bootleg tapes, and I got the whole nostalgia thing of it, but I thought it almost seemed like at the end they were talking about how Best Buy came in and like undersold them.
Yeah.
That's how part of the reason that there aren't any Tower Records anymore. Best Buy drove them out of business back in the day, and then of course,
well, they borrowed way too much money too and expanded. Like, it's just poor business.
Yeah, and digital, and then just digital.
But you know what the biggest reason was why it went out of it, and this is what you're speaking of. They stopped being cool. That's exactly the reason. Like, you would go to the mall, right, and go to Tape World or whatever was there, and the discs were expensive, and it just wasn't a cool place to be. It was very corporate. Right? When I went to Tower Records in New York City, I wasn't like, this is a cool place to be. And I was on the back end. Like, I probably went in the 90s. Yeah. In the back end.
Yeah, I thought it almost missed the whole. I want to use the word correct, but that's not what it is. But like, just a good artistic. They complained about them driving Best Buy driving them out of business, and then I thought like the real take would have been you guys getting, there's no real record stores anymore. You know what I mean? Because of.
No, but it was a cool place to be, and then it wasn't. It became very corporate. Nobody's doing this anymore. There's no cool places to go. It's like everything's online. Like, where's the cool place to go?
Roller skating?
It needs to come back. We have a cool bookstore in the next town over. That's a cool place to go. But I don't, like, that's lost. Like, it will come back. It needs to. I was thinking of it the whole time. Like, if I was a really rich person, I would just start like a record store with like magazine. I would make it like a retro store, and I'd probably lose tons of money, but it'd just be great. Like, have people hanging out again, have some concerts, listening booths, just let people talk about music. I think people would do it.
Seems to me like people are going the opposite way. I'm not saying that they won't rebound or whatever or turn their, but it just, now that I'm just getting older, I don't go to as many.
Yeah, but we're old. I mean, anymore. Kids, I think kids.
Oh, like with your kids, did you and your kids go to bowling alleys on a Friday
Sometimes,
night?
Yeah. Not on
Were
Friday.
they busy? Or you know what I'm saying? Just
we usually went in the day.
Like every once in a while, I end up going bowling down here, and I'm always kind of excited when I walk in and there's tons of people in there. I did it within the past 2 or 3 months. I went bowling with somebody.
It's like a Kool and the Gang song come on while you walk in.
If I had, yeah, that's my music. No, my entrance music is Hall & Oates.
Nice.
But I more often than not when I walk in, I'm kind of excited by the fact that there are people that still go out and take their whole families and do stuff and yell and scream and jump when they get a strike, and I don't know. It does still exist.
You just stare at them while you play by yourself.
Yeah, I'm on the far. I go way over in the corner of the thing.
You walk over. It's really cool that you.
And I just throw 20 straight gutter balls every time. And I go home
and stare at them.
Then I go home and cry myself to sleep.
All right.
And that's Thursday night.
Fun.
Yeah.
Why did they still work in Japan? Like, didn't you see that at the end? Where like there's like 70 Tower Records in Japan still.
Oh, I remember you mentioning that on here. Why do they still work? Is that what you said?
Yeah. Why is Japan?
Didn't you also do a story about Japan liking written letters? Because maybe that never made the air, but. No, right. Maybe that didn't make the air. But Jarrod read a story about basically old time communication being a popular way to like date, right? To like court a girl.
Well, it was very meaningful. Like you do a telegram, it was hard to do. So if you were like congratulating someone or really wanted to write them and know that you cared, you'd send a telegram. So if someone was courting you, would they send you a telegram? Would that work?
I've never gotten a telegram before. I'd be crazy excited if somebody sent me a telegram. Hell yeah.
How do you send a telegram?
Go to Japan, I guess.
Yeah, I was just sad at the end. I was sad it was gone, but not that Tower Records was gone, because I think, again, it got corporate, expanded too much. It was
that was totally that was my take on it. I totally got the nostalgia of it, and I felt that, and when the things they talked about rung true to me. But in the end, I was like, but I don't care about Tower Records at all. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I miss record stores, but to be honest with you, I didn't like Tower Records. It was too much. It was like you said, it was corporate when I knew it, and I liked Soundgarden. And what was the place that we used to go in Winston-Salem? Do you remember the name of it?
Oh my God, that place was great. It was
I'm trying
huge.
to think of the name of it.
Had lots of used CDs.
We had one in Baltimore called Soundgarden.
It was on South Street, right near that bank. Yeah. I spent it would be like I would be bored on Saturday night. I'd just drive down there, try to find something I want. And maybe I wouldn't buy anything, but I'd just look, or I'd buy something. But I'd waste 2 hours there just like looking through the stuff. So we've talked about gifts on this show before, like giving gifts. There's a running joke that happened. I'm not going to recount the gift joke, but like, what do you think the weirdest gift you ever got was? Do you know?
My sister gave me a big, the signage on a bank. All right, well, I mean, it's a Bank of America. Can you picture with a sign that would be on a Bank of America roof, like over its entranceway?
Okay.
Big boxy letters with the Bank of America font, and they're metal, and you can take it should be shaped like a letter M, and you can take the top off of it, and you would put lights in there and light it up, so the Bank of America sign would be lit up.
Okay.
So I got an individual lowercase letter M from a Bank of America sign as a gift from my sister one Christmas.
That's the weirdest gift you ever got?
It's kind of the weirdest. I liked it a lot because it's so weird. Yeah, because it's
who makes those?
It's just it was from a Bank of America that was ripped down.
Like your sister stole it from a Bank of America?
No, she bought it at a.
Oh.
Somebody probably did.
That might have been cooler if she just like ripped it off the bank.
Yeah, I would like that. Yeah, I'm a weird gift giver myself.
Okay. What's the weirdest gift you've ever given?
That I've ever given. I used to make gifts when I first moved here and I first got a garage in the house that I live in now. I used to do little projects for Christmas and make people presents. And I made my nephew Connor a lamp that was the base of a guitar that I went and bought a guitar at Goodwill, took the base, cut the neck off like a third of the way up it, and then made that into a lamp. So there was a lampshade over a guitar body, and the body, the little pick guard on there, I made out of license plates from every state he'd ever lived in. So that's probably the weirdest one because that
doesn't sound weird at all.
I worked a lot on that one.
Sounds really cool.
It was fun.
Did the lamp work?
Yeah.
How did you make the lamp?
It still does. I just bought a lamp at Goodwill and just took all you need is the cord and the outlet part, right? So I just affixed that to something on top of the.
That sounds awesome.
Yeah, it was fun.
I don't think that's very weird.
Okay, well, maybe I meant weird just in the not something that you just.
It's unique.
Yeah. Maybe that's what I was thinking.
Like not like, have you ever gotten a gift from Ed Sheeran?
Singer-songwriter? Ed Sheeran? No, I have not.
Really?
Go on. Yeah. What's he like as a gift giver?
So Ed Sheeran, according to this article from the New York Post, has a bad habit. It's in quotes. I don't know why it's in quotes.
I bet that's the name of one of his songs.
Oh, it probably is. When it comes to gift giving, musician Sam Smith revealed the Shape of You singer has gifted them and several other people statues of penises. It says It's actually wild. I thought it was a joke, but it's a 6'2" marble penis. It's 2 tons.
Jesus.
And I'm gonna have to get it craned into my house. So he said he wants to turn it into a water fountain. And he said he's infamous for it. He's given a bunch of concrete penises. Elton John was the first one he gave it to. He suggested to Elton John's husband that they should put it in the garden. And he said, no, we have children. So it's hidden in an area in the house. So they kept it though. And then Elton John said, but it's a beautifully made penis. What can I tell you? What do you buy the man who has everything? A huge marble penis.
So would you accept it, or would you tell him to take it back?
I don't know. It seems. I mean, where I live, there really wouldn't be. It'd be weird. I wouldn't have anywhere to put it. Like a 6'2" marble 2-ton penis.
You don't have any little, like just a little corner of your house that you could put it in?
Maybe like
stash it away somewhere. I don't know, like a closet.
Rack?
Even if just exactly like a hat rack, you could put your belts on it. Maybe you could put a little loop to put your belts on it.
Is it you think it's a thick one, or is it a thin?
Well, if it's proportional and it's 6 feet tall,
then it's probably thick.
Pretty thick. I mean, if it was mine, it would be,
nice.
But you could probably make the top into a lamp. I could help you do that if you wanted to.
I see. Combo. You and Ed Sheeran, if you and Ed Sheeran got me a gift, then I get a penis lamp.
Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah. I was just going to say I'll retrofit it for you is kind of what I was saying.
See.
If you wanted to do something. Now, I'm not great at this kind of thing, but I'm, not bad at it.
Okay.
I've never really worked with marble before, so that'll be a fun new experiment.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to buy a new kind of drill. What do you think? Like a penis lamp, belt loop, ties. That's 6 feet tall, so you have a lot of space.
Can you make a marble lamp?
Run the wires all the way through it and stuff?
Yeah, because you don't want the wires just dangling off the penis.
Maybe the guy that makes the penis leaves like a vein type of thing for just such a like the urethra.
But he can make the veins hollow, so you could just run the wires through.
That's what I'm saying. It is obnoxious for sure. Something that's too. I mean,
it fits
instead of getting it craned into your house. But that is a funny thing to do.
If I went to the mailroom and you'd sent me a 6'2" first of all, it'd be pretty awkward because the mailroom has like children there and then I have to somehow get the 2-ton penis and the mailroom would yell at me like, "Why is this here?"
Yeah, I have a regular old appliance dolly. I can't lift this with your. You got to come get this thing, and I'm not bringing it in the store.
I don't care that you're friends with Ed Sheeran. All right.
Yeah, I don't even know who Ed Sheeran is.
Well, the other Sam Smith and Ellen John seem to think it's funny.
I mean, it is funny, but I guess I don't know. Maybe I'd like to have a huge in my yard. Whatever.
So you went. The hurricane, the flood would have flooded.
I bet it would do fine in a hurricane. It's heavy. It's round. Doesn't have any it doesn't have anything to grasp.
Maybe you could run your clothesline from your house to it.
To my hard cock. Yeah, it would be cool to. And like I said, or if you did bring it inside, you could make it pretty functional. I would think it'd make a great coat rack.
If you drilled some things in the side, some hooks.
Yeah, make it look like he had like a Prince Albert.
Nice. All right. This is probably the most uncomfortable story I've ever brought, but I thought I'd do it.
No, I can't stop thinking about big, huge 6 foot anymore.
Nice. You'd be okay. All right, I got one more. I didn't even say it. Sisk Star. This was from Reddit, actually, and I wanted to get your take. Well, so let me ask you this first. And you may answer maybe no to this, and this may be the first time that you think about it. Have you ever thought about when you pass away?
Oh, yeah.
When you die?
Yes.
Like, what will you want to have happen? Like, do you want yourself cremated? Do you want yourself buried a certain way? Is there some sort of ceremony?
I want to be dragged through the streets.
Your dead body?
Like Mussolini, yeah.
Okay.
I want to be just tortured, thrown, burned, had rocks thrown at my body. People screaming, people cheering. Yeah, that's what I want.
So in this scenario, you're a dictator of some sort?
Well, that kind of energy. I don't want to be a dictator, but
I see.
I want my death to be that sort of.
You want people to have the same emotions that they have when a dictator who's either slaughtered them or risen them to the heights dies.
So I want you to sort of.
So when you hang out with Mark, you feel one way or another like he's a dictator.
No, I don't know what I'm talking about.
Like he might slaughter your
I don't know what I'm
family,
talking about.
or...
I just want my body to be dragged through. I want to have that kind of.
You probably have that feeling with a lot of people. Either people love you, or they probably want to slaughter you. All right, so this was this person's request. So maybe this will change your mind. This is a woman writing about her husband. He's a husband of 12 years. He's had some medical problems recently, so they talked about end-of-life plans. And I asked if he wanted to be buried. He didn't want that. nor did he want to be cremated. So he had a very specific request. My husband wants me to have his skull taken from his body and cleaned. Then he wants that skull put on the mantelpiece in the living room. The rest of the body he wants sent to one of those places that makes the gems out of bodies and made into 2 blue diamonds. And then wants those gems to be put in the eye socket of the skull to look like eyes. Then he can watch the family home and be passed down through the generations. So, I don't know. Maybe that changed your mind for what
I
you
want that. I changed my answer. I want that to be done. That's awesome.
Yeah.
So I liked this one part of the story that I liked was that the lady called it one of those places where you send a dead body and they make it into, there's more than one place that does that.
Can they make make your body into diamonds too?
I don't know what the she's talking about.
Is that possible?
I have no idea what she's talking about. But
because otherwise, my grandparents would have been worth a lot more money. I feel like if we would have made them into diamonds.
Yeah,
it might be a racket. Like you just send the body and they're like, all right, let's just send them a couple gems. We did it. Hey, we did it, everybody.
Yeah, this one's on one of those. Remember those lollipops that came on rings?
Nice. Yeah, what were those? I remember those.
Ring pop. Maybe?
Ring pop. That was it. Can you get your skull cleaned as well? Is that part?
Yeah, dude. It's weird that if you ever want to watch a dark YouTube video.
Oh no.
I just watched that this week. It was called Grave Robbing for Morons or Grave Robbing for Beginners. And it's like exactly what you're talking about. It's this kid who I don't know where he was, but he dug up bodies and took the heads off, and it shows him cleaning like a dead person's skull.
I would say the last 2 stories you brought were interesting, but you probably should get some more details when you watch them.
What was the first one I brought?
The NPR story where you heard the last line of the NPR.
Oh, the coral reef thing that got brought back to life by playing the sounds of a living coral reef.
And then this one where you're like, I don't know what the.
No, it's a 40. It's like a 40-minute video of this kid. He's probably.
It's a documentary.
No, it's just a footage. It's just like footage of
him doing it.
Yeah, it'd be like if you and I were horrible people. It was just us videotaping you. I'm holding the thing and you're just sitting there showing me this is how you do it. After you've pulled a body from a grave, what he claimed was that he dug up the bodies and then sold the bones to like magic shops and oddities places, I guess. And he said, for like a human skull, he could get like $600 or something like that. So
he filmed this.
He didn't film him exhuming the body, but he filmed him like in a room. His buddy filmed him, and he's like got Tourette's, or he's got some sort of stuttering thing. And he looks like maybe like a young Benjamin Bratt or something, or Lou Diamond Phillips. Got a dope leather jacket on, and he's just there holding a skull, and he's like, when you pull the body out, you're gonna have to do this with the jaws to get it to separate from the shoulders, or whatever. He's just describing the mechanics and the way he goes about grave robbing, which it's pretty.
Isn't that illegal?
Yes. I love the way you think laws work.
No, he published this on a website.
Yeah.
If you're not like a detective, I'm sure you weren't in some like deep down website. You were just on YouTube. Like anyone could go to this thing, watch this, and say,
"Well, it's from like looks like it's from like 1992." Would be my guess.
There's the kid who robs graves. Let's go arrest him.
So it's just a very dark, weird video, and you just mentioned that, so I thought I'd mention if anybody wants to watch a very dark, strange 1990s video you almost don't understand exactly. It might be a joke, it could be fake, I don't even know. It's just a weird thing to watch. If you like,
did it also get very corporate, and then he imploded because he had too many?
And he was like, "This grave robbing was brought to you by Taco Bell. Go catch the wave." What was their logo?
Run for the border.
Run for the border.
If you're still alive.
Yeah.
Or while you're still alive, run for the border.
But I made a very sidebar there to what you were talking about. You mentioned grave robbing or something, and it just triggered that in my mind, and I thought I'd bring it up.
I just mentioned if you could make your skull clean and just give it.
Yeah, you could clean a skull. Yeah.
All right. Well, I think you have your new answer.
I even think I know how to do it after watching that video.
Could you write up maybe your lawyer? What's your lawyer's name again?
Wait, why am I needing a lawyer all of a sudden? What did I do?
Well, you have to write this up. You have to say, A, if I'm a dictator, I would like this to be how my death is carried out. If I'm not a dictator, I'd like my skull cleaned and 2 gems made from my body. And you could just like mail it to me or something.
And did they more or less just gloss over that whole blue gemstones thing? Was it just like, one of those places that does that? And that was it?
That was it.
Huh. I'm very curious about that part of it. I think I want this done now.
It's on the Reddit forum for relationships.
Makes sense. I guess I'd get my gemstones done more. I mean, should I do it like the color of my eyes, I suppose? I wouldn't want bright blue.
Yeah, that'd be
I'd
nice.
go for more of like a hazily look, I think.
Would we put like a photo of yourself right next to the skull with the gemstone?
No. I want it to be. I don't want it to be obvious that it's me, but
You just want it scary.
Wow, I didn't even think of it as being scary. Yeah, maybe. I guess I'd like it to be scary.
Can you call some places this week and see if anyone will do this? All right. You want me to finish?
Mm-hmm.
Produced by Ed Sheeran. Theme song by Maggie Yellox. Still probably the best part of the show, our theme song. Email Mooga and Sisko at gmail.com. Thank you to the few people that email us. We love getting emails.
Yeah. Send us a Telegram.
Or Telegram, yeah. Send one to Mark and
Instagram,
Jupiter.
Telegram.
Anything with Graham.
MoneyGram.
Twitter, Magroom Pod. Nobody really follows our social media. I don't think that's our audience, but
no.
I'll keep posting the one photo a week. Last week I did a photo of William Shatner. Ross did send some movies for you to watch, so if you watch them, we might have to send him another T-shirt. Okay. He sent a list of movies, and I had not watched any of them. It was ones you were supposed to watch for your Mooga's movie. Remember that was our contest last week. The English Patient.
Never saw it.
50 Shades Darker.
Never saw it.
Tenet.
Tenet?
Yeah, it's who made it? The guy who made Dark Knight.
Christopher Nolan?
Yeah. The Accidental Tourist.
Nope, never saw it.
And he said one that we actually talked about, Searching for Bobby Fischer. So it was good suggestions because you've never seen them. I've never seen any of them. That was a good idea. So,
I like Christopher Nolan, so maybe we should do Tenet.
All right. Well, it's up to you, really.
Yeah.
I'm not going to watch it.
It's my movie, right?
Yeah, I don't watch it. That's the thing.
Oh, yeah. You just asked me a million questions.
Yeah. It's your mom's favorite segment. All right. Remember, put your phone down. That's our...
Oh, yeah. I like that. That's our thing.
Make sure you don't use your phone or put it down. Talk to people.
It's just weird because that's how I listen to our podcast when I listen to it.
Well, after you listen, this is the end. Put it down and go see some people. Go to a record store. Go to a bookstore.
Start an uprisal and become a dictator. Have a proper burial when you...
Tour a place where they turn dead bodies into diamonds. Do something.
Ooh, yeah.
Get out there.
Send me back a brochure from that place.
All right. And the end. Stick with the mag room. Everything else
is cream cheese. Oh, wait. Was that you? It felt like you wanted me to do it, and then I saw you started to do it. Do you want to do it all over again? Stick with the mag room.
You're the best. Everything else is
cream cheese.
Ooh, ooh, I like my groom. I like my groom. Ooh, ooh, my groom is good. My groom is good. Ooh, ooh, I like my groom. I like my groom. Ooh, ooh, my groom is good. My groom is good. The my groom's good. Ooh, ooh, I like my groom. I like my groom. Ooh, ooh, my groom is good. My groom is good.
Yeah, if we went back in time, we would be so dead.